Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching. Yes, I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and here we are for another review. Now you might be saying first and foremost, some people might be saying, some, might not be. Review bro, what are you doing? I thought you said you were going to get some dental work. You weren't going to be able to do the reviews anymore. What's going on? Why are you just risking everything to review the Burger King, or what's going on precisely? So here's what's going on. I was able to get the dental work scheduled. I haven't gotten it done yet. It's going to be in a couple days. So, it's fast approaching, but I figured in the meantime, I want to do another review. Why not? Before I have to give my mouth a little bit of a break, let's try out a new item. And this release, I'm really excited to try out. This is from Burger King. It's one of their Big King, part of that lineup, which has been going for years. It's been going since 2016, and it's an interesting. This is like, if you want to look at, I would say probably the most dramatic, climactic, edge of your seat type of tale in the fast food world. Look no further than the story of the Big King lineage from Burger King, right? It starts out on a regular day in 2016. I try it out. They released the first one, and it was terrible. Try out the next couple releases, absolutely dreadful. But then over the years, they start improving it, and maybe they just start making some tweaks here and there. Maybe they just started getting more used to it. I don't really know. But then over the years, it's just gotten better and better. And now, the last couple, variants of the King lineup, I haven't had any problems with. So hopefully this one will be the same. Fingers crossed. Anyway, you never know, but hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, this is the Cheddar Bacon King burger. It was a little bit of a quest to actually get this one, also, believe it or not, because I go to the first Burger King, and they tell me, because they had the sign for it, right? So usually when you go, and the place has like the promotional picture or the promotional poster for the item, right? You know that they've got it, and it's like you could breathe this sigh of relief. They have it. You're gonna be okay. You can get the item you want. So I order, and they say, "Oh no, corporate just gives us these pictures of the items, but we don't have them." So that's a new one. I've never heard that one before, but went to another one and they did have it. The Cheddar Bacon King sandwich. You might be wondering, well, with a name like that, is it really as simplistic as the name kind of gives the impression? Cheddar Bacon King, or is there more to it than that? Because some people have hypothesized that cheddar does not really mean cheddar cheese, but it's actually like it's a bit of a code word for the rest of the ingredients. So it'd be like chicken, horseradish, eggplant, double dill, root beer bacon king, right? And have all those ingredients. But in reality, it is just cheddar cheese. So that isn't the case. But some people have said that it is, maybe, but it's not. In reality, it has a half pound of beef, right? Or you could actually, it has a quarter-pound beef patty. Now you can get it with the 2 beef patties right there by making it a half pound. So you can get it with 1 or 2 patties. A lot of people opt for 2, some get 1, but it would at least have a quarter-pound patty. Bacon, right? Cheddar cheese, as the title of the item says. Ketchup and mayo. It's a basic burger, but they try to say, well, we got the cheddar cheese this time instead of American cheese. It's the cheddar variety, or cheddar, as I sometimes say. Price for this was $6.49. So it's a little pricey, but again, hey, if it's good, it's good. And we'll see if it's worth it. Got some Burger King napkins, collector's item. Bag, empty. And here we go with it says Bacon King, they mean well. Cheddar Bacon King, here it is. Let's open this up from a Burger King, right there. And this is the one with the 2 patties this time around. All right. So here it is, okay? You can see look, it's a decent sized burger. I mean, look, it's like, I would say, how many of these would equal my head, would you say? Maybe 2.5 stacked up on top of each other might be like the size of my head. But if you go this way, then I kind of, it's like a burger for a face, like a burger mask. Maybe you can get a couple rubber bands and, wear it and scare your friends or something. I don't know. I don't do whatever you want with it. There it is, though. You can see the cheddar cheese and some of the bacon, some of the toppings There's the sesame seed bun. Again, mayo, ketchup, and bacon right there. Now, what I want to do, and let's just get this out of the way while we're at it, right? That's good enough, hopefully. Good enough, right? Getting the important stuff done first. I want to try something new with this. Usually I just dive right in. I want to cut this in half this time around. A lot of people have said just, try it from the center. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's try to cut it in half anyway. And it's a good idea, because otherwise it's like I nibble on the edge. I can't really, I just want to dive right into the, as they would say, the core of the sandwich. And how about we go with this half right here. All right. Usually I don't cut the burgers in half unless it's like a really big one, but you can kind of see the cross section of it a little better too. All right. Well, I think you know what's in it. I know what's in it. We all know what's in store for us. Let's see how good it is. It's the Cheddar Bacon King from Burger King going in. I know there's the decades-old question, why do I chew on one side of my mouth and ignore the other? In my most recent video, aside from this one, I explain that, so I'll try to get a link for that for you. It also kind of explains what's going on, why I might take a little break from things, and we'll get back at it, again before you know it. We'll take one more bite here. Removing any ketchup leakage, as they say. Sip of water. All right, here's what we've got. We're focused on the cheddar cheese here because they say it's the Cheddar Bacon King. And, obviously, like anything else, well, what's the difference that the cheddar cheese makes aside from the standard American cheese? First and foremost, everything else, I think it's a good sandwich. Like I said earlier in the review, I think they've tweaked it a bit. They've improved where they've went wrong. I think they've seen the error of their ways, and I think they've really, they've taken the initiative and they're working on it to make it a better sandwich. I mean, this is a lot better. This is similar to the one, in terms of composition that I originally had in 2016, but this is way better. The beef patties are juicy. I mean, they're flavorful. You get that meat in every single bite. And there's just a good amount of it. I mean, it's flavorful. You're just getting a nice big burger there, which is great, right? The bacon, that's the one thing. The flavor of that bacon really shines through, too. And yeah, it's Burger King, but it's good for what it is. I mean, I have to give them credit. There's not a ton of mayo anymore. The ketchup goes in good, and the mayo gives it a little bit of moisture, but it's not over the top like it was a couple years ago. So, again, they've improved on so many things. And the cheddar cheese, I think, is a really good accompaniment. right? It's flavorful, it's noticeable. You know, it sometimes like there's too much cheese, but I think in this case there's a good amount. You know how it's between the patties and then on top as well. It's just it's a good amount, and I think it just ties everything together. It's flavorful, and you get that little bit of cheesiness in every bite as well. I mean, I think overall, that's not to say that it's like the most gourmet, blessed burger one has ever consumed. But I think for fast food, I think it's a decent cheeseburger for what it is. And again, if it proves to be a little too much, you can just get it with one patty. It'll still, I think, be fine. And overall, I just think it's a really solid cheeseburger from Burger King. Nothing over the top, nothing incredible, but for what it is, it doesn't need to be complex to be good. That's one thing I think some people forget. It doesn't need all these little bells and whistles sometimes for it to be a decent fast food sandwich. Now the price for this was a little, I mean, it was a little pricey, but you are getting a half pound of beef in this one, so I mean, it's okay for what it is. Again, if it was a bad sandwich, I would kind of call it out. But for $6.49, I think you're getting what you pay for, and I think it's a pretty good sandwich. So out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because for what it is, again, like I was saying, it's fast food. It's not a gourmet burger, but it's simple, and yeah, it's good for what it is. So that's all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and probably the next video won't be food related because I'm just going to have this dental work done, get that taken care of, recover for a little bit, but I'll keep pumping out content and keep everyone posted. So I hope you could stick with the channel in the meantime, and I'll keep you all posted. If you want to support the channel, support the podcast, the radio show, as always, consider joining the community of patrons at patreon.com/the Report of the Week. And there you could always access some exclusive content. It's just a fun place to be, and it helps keep things going no matter what. So otherwise, I'll keep you guys posted on how the operation goes. And other than that, hope you enjoyed the review. Stay tuned. We'll get some more videos your way whenever they happen. Thank you and take care. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.